Documenting before the evidence comes is something that we all have to work on. And why do you have to work on this? Because it's a process to showing that you actually put in the work to get here. You're not just up and coming, but you have actually been working. You actually build a system and a structure. So that when people that were in that position see it, they get inspired and motivated to actually come out from that fog of that phase, that they can do all things requires that strengthens them. One of the reasons why you need to document your process is because people are going to learn a lot from it. If you just came about being a billionaire and didn't show us steps on how to do it and you didn't show us where you're coming from, then everyone is going to believe you. You need to show us evidence-based facts that this is what you did to get to where you went to. This is how you became what you became. This is where you evolved from. This is why you did what you did. This is where you are coming from. And this is where you want to go to. Document every single thing. Your kids are going to see it. Your kids are going to be inspired by it. Your spouse even can be inspired by, your family can be inspired by it. So if you're not documenting, even if you don't want to share it to the outer world and you just want to show it to your family, it's necessary, because generations are going to see that you broke a cycle. Generations are going to see that you suppressed a level that wasn't common for someone at your age or at your level or where you're coming from or your society to even surpass. So you now doing that shows you're very confident and you love your family and you're willing to sacrifice for them. So even as much as it's going to have its ups and downs, why not do that so your kids don't have to suffer that at the end of the day? Yes, they are going to have their own battles and moments they have to grow out from, but why not pass that level, break that cycle that it's keeping many stuck, so that you can be able to allow your family to be flexible so they don't have to go through what you went through. And that's one of the reasons why you have to show up for yourself at the end of the day. You need to ask yourself, how far are you willing to go for those that you love? And do the work necessary at the end of the day. Because talk is cheap, right? You can be excited and you can just be rigorous without a direction. That's why planning is required to be able to get to where you want to get to. And you have to be careful not to make rash decisions when you're overexcited or even sad. Make decisions when you're stable. If not, you can be regressing it at the end of the day when you become stable. So make the right decisions for your family. Think long term instead of short term. I know sometimes there's some content that wants to make you feel like you can't even focus on something. You can't even sit down and read a book. You can't even sit down to focus. That's what all this doom scrolling and brainwash content is causing at the end of the day. So you have to plan around your life and your generation. Make decisions that can benefit long term instead of just short term. Yes, there are some short term results that are good, but make more plans with long term. How are these going to help my kids? How is it going to help my spouse? How is it going to help the family as a whole? Start planning for them now. You don't have to wait till you're married before you learn about marriage. You don't have to wait till you have kids before you learn about kids. It starts from now. And while you learn, document that so your kids can see a pattern that you followed. Because through your actions, they're going to learn more than what you say. Your spouse is going to learn more from what you do than what you see. People are going to learn more from what you do than what you say. Have a process at the end of the day. Document them. It's not only going to improve your life, it's going to improve your speech, your mannerisms, your articulation. It's going to improve it so much. It's going to improve your confidence. Confidence is one thing that every man needs. And if a man doesn't have confidence, he's broken. Evidence is one thing that builds confidence. And that's what we need at the end of the day. So go get that evidence today. Show up no matter what it takes. But every little is necessary. It's okay to be a beginner in what you're learning. Don't feel small. Be comfortable with boredom. Every moment doesn't always have to be exciting. There are times that things that are going to change your life are not going to feel exciting. But the actions and the steps you take is what's going to change the trajectory of your life and your generation. So ask yourself today, is this action going to benefit me in the long term? Is it going to cause a positive change in the long term? Or am I just winging it? One of the reasons why people get very sad is because they don't have a plan to get to where they want to. They just get excited and then they get so many reasons to procrastinate and push their idea away because fear has clouded their minds. And the more fear clouds their minds, the more they take less actions, the more the fear gets heavier. And the only way to beat that fear and gain confidence is by showing up for yourself and doing what you know you need to do. Yes, imposter syndrome can creep in here and there, but one thing that rips that out and decreases it more and more is action. So you have to ask yourself, am I acting more than just consuming? Am I putting more work in than just consuming? Am I making content than just consuming? Am I producing more than just consuming? Ask yourself that today. Is this going to be beneficial to me in the long run? On your way to success, there are so many things you have to cut off. It's first about cutting off than just adding. You have to be able to clear space. If you move into a space and there are things there, you first of all have to move them, shuffle them around, move them to a side, and then start to fix them up again. Because a solid foundation is very, very important. So document everything that you need. Start learning. Don't be ashamed of not knowing what you feel like you should know, and start learning. Find ways to implement them. Because someone that wants to learn is better than someone that doesn't even want to learn at all. Learn those things, practice those things, learn about fatherhood, learn about family, learn about your spouse, learn about the female system, learn about your children's, learn about how children function, bro. Because when you get to that level, at the end of the day, it's going to be a shame to you that you had to wait all the way till your children came before you learn how children functions, how your child is going to function. Learn about those things, educate yourself on them. You have 24 hours in a day, you have more than enough time to learn and implement. I know you have to work, but come on, you don't have to work 24/7. So work on yourself today and document your process because you're going to be so proud of yourself when you look back 5, 10, even 2 years down the line or even the end of the year. I know it's easier said than done, but remember that you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. The plans of God are to prosper you and to give you a bright open future, to make use of what you have right now. Hope this helped. Stay blessed and follow for more.